afternoon, Gossip Talk Show's family. Is Nomsa here at Gossip Talk Show's Find Your Own Voice, lead from within. So I'm on my own today, guys, and it's a Thursday. And I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. It's a little bit sunny today in the UK, no rain, which is good. So if it is your first time here at Ngozi Talk Shows, we help our audience find their own voice, lead from within. In every area of your life, you need a voice. So the topic today is dating after divorce or major breakup. Dating after divorce or major breakup is not about replacing someone. It's about rediscovering yourself. It's a secret season of reflecting, healing, and reawakening. When your heart has been through deep love and deep loss, it's natural to wonder if you will ever trust again, love, or if you ever open up again. But what if this is not the end of your love story? What if it is the beginning of your transformation? This journey isn't about rushing into new connection, but that rather learning how to reconnect with your own heart, rebuild your confidence, rebuild your confidence, and rebuild your confidence, and also approach love with wisdom and strength. So in this video, I am going to share with you, we're going to go through the stages of healing, self-discovery, and the preparation of a healthy love after heartbreak. And number one, let's talk about healing the heart. Accept that the relationship has ended, guys. Do you know, when we talk about letting someone enter your world, when someone enters your world, and then they decide they're no longer wanting to be in that world, letting them go sometimes it can be really, really hard, but sometimes it can be a blessing. Accept the relationship has ended isn't about a resignation. You're not resigning, you're not, it's choosing reality over fantasy. So your nervous system can stop fighting what is without acceptance. The mind keeps bargaining, if only. And the heart stays stuck. Acceptance clears mental fog and returns your power to today. So when you accept things, you know, there is cloud. When there's cloud, like when it rains, sometimes it's being cloud. So when you don't accept what in that moment, the reality, it becomes your life, it becomes a cloud. Practice, say out loud, it's over and I'm safe to build a new life. Remove lingering symbols, gift photos with a ritual of thanks and release. Watch out stalking social media, replaying highlights, reels, the opening wounds. Don't replay wounds. Because when we say, what if I have done this? My relationship wouldn't have ended. So every relationship, guys, it ends for a reason. It ends, some relationships are not meant to end, but they end because we are in this world. For me, I'm one of those people that are guilty of that, but I have learned this the hard way, that when we human being, we meet as human being, we don't honor each other. We take each other for granted. So it's important to learn, to practice, to honor people around you, to have this big gratitude. For me, that's why I love God, guys. So many people, they get confused. Why Nomsa loves so God? I've loved God since I was very, very young. Since I was very, very young. Very, very young, I became aware of God. I think I was 8. The love of God. So what I'm trying to share with you is when you honor each other, even if that person in those moments when they say they don't want to be with you, you let them go, you release them because because whatever we go through in life, people always blame others that this situation, it is because of this. It is because of this. But it's not. That's why it's important to sit back, not to blame anybody, and just look to God and say, God, okay, I've written this story, and this story has not worked out how I expected. Don't lie to God, because God knows what's in your heart. God, I expected to get married. I expected to have kids. I expected to walk with this person until I expected for our relationship to last for eternity, to death. But it has not happened that way. So can you rewrite my story? How do you want me to move forward? God hates divorce. He does not like divorce. But at the same time, he understands that you cannot force the other person to be with you if they don't want to be with you. So which is why your healing is important. It's important to heal yourself. Heal yourself. Don't stalk anybody on social media or anything. Just heal yourself. Focus on your healing. Focus on not focusing on what is gone wrong. What if this thing is going like this? Just focus on you. Allow yourself to grieve. It's important. Grief arises in waves. Sadness, anger, numbness, relief. Let each wave pass rather than rebelling it. Wrong. Unfelt grief lacks as irritability, rebound, chasing, or burnout. So practice schedule grief windows, like maybe 5-30 minutes. Have some quiet time to write, to cry if you have to cry. Pray and breathe, or move your body if you need to move. Do exercises. Give yourself, number 3, forgive yourself and the former partner. Forgiveness releases you from mentally captivity. It doesn't rewrite history, but it removes accountability. It calms hypervigilance, and it makes room for a new joy. When you create a new joy, whether you're single, whether whatsoever, it create right to letters you will not send. 1, naming the harms. What has this breakup done to you? 1, release the debt. End with I choose peace. Watch out for confusing forgiveness with a reconciliation. Forgiveness can coexist with the boundaries and no contact. So it's important, guys, to really, when you're going through pain, what I have found out myself is not to lie to myself. If I'm in pain, I'm in pain. I tell God that I'm in pain. But can you swap this pain, give me your strength, wipe it off my heart? Exchange. I ask God to exchange. You can ask God to exchange your sadness to his strength. He can do that, but you have to learn to speak. not to focus on what has gone wrong. Learn to speak. Learn to speak, not focusing on what has gone wrong, what you cannot fix. What if things would have been different? Of course, when people are breaking up, they will trash somebody else, they will blame somebody else and say, oh, the relationship didn't work out because of you, because of this, because of that, because of that. But then for me, like I always look back and just be honest without blaming someone. Just being honest and say, okay, the relationship didn't work out. What can I do different? But you have to understand as well, guys, that you can't control the future. You cannot control. In this future life, there are so many things that are going on in this world. So you cannot control. And then also there are things that we face, like myself. There are things that we face in our bloodline. And that can hinder marriages going forward. If there's been a divorce in the family, that cycle can reappear to your life, to threatening the relationship that you have. So you have to break those cycles. So you have to look at the things like, why is this relationship has not worked out? Why hasn't it worked out? Is it because of what I've done wrong? Normally, 99% people blame themselves, but you may find that, it's not. It's not themselves. There's too many things. Like myself, I was busy trying to get married, busy trying to have children, busy fixing my life, like planning future for my life. But I didn't know that behind my back, there were things that were assigned to destroy my life, which was the sacrifice. But when it resurfaced, it threatened everything that I have ever known in my relationship. It threatened everything that I ever known in my finances, in every area of my life. It threatened everything, but it's something that was unseen, something that I didn't know it was there. Every blockage in the dreams, I could not see in the dreams because these people had gone ahead and put everything to make sure that in the dreams, I don't see in the realm of the spirit, I don't see what is happening. They had gone and do the necessary work that was needed. So I share this with you guys because it's easy for somebody to blame themselves and say, this relationship didn't work because I'm not good enough. How did you work that out that you are not good enough? How can you control if you are a man, you're dating me? If I turn around and say, I don't want to be with you, what have you done for me to say, I don't want to be with you? If you are not abusive in a relationship, you are just a nice guy. I've had Pastor James sharing a testimony that a woman actually divorced her husband because apparently he is too nice. He was like, I want a divorce. I don't deserve you. And the husband got confused. He was like, is there anything else that you want to divorce me for? What I've done wrong? The woman said, I want a divorce. You are too nice for me. They've got kids. She stood and said, I want a divorce. And she divorced the guy. But what was behind her to divorce her husband? It was her bloodline iniquity. Her bloodline was speaking. There was a voice in her bloodline that was telling her, in your family, no one stays in marriages. So it's time for you to go. And she left because the husband is too nice. You are too nice for me. Therefore, I need a divorce. And the guy got confused. He went to Pastor James. He was like, I'm confused. The woman is divorcing me. He said, is the powers in the bloodline. So sometimes you can't blame yourself and say, I need this person rejected me. There must be something wrong with me. No, there isn't. It's not that you're bad. Maybe, maybe you're meant together, but maybe there was no communication. Maybe you don't communicate. Maybe both of you don't communicate. Maybe there was something both in a relationship that maybe things did not work out because maybe you are most 99% of people that are divorcing, they are compatible. But what they are looking for, to do the same thing in a relationship. We've got to do the same thing, honey. If we are not doing the same thing, we are no longer compatible. That's what people call it compatible, doing interest when they are interested in the same thing. I love music, guys. I don't want to date another musician. If God gives me a musician, hallelujah, I will celebrate it. I will accept it. I love sports. I'm not going to sit around and wanting to date a sports guy, a footballer guy. I'm okay if guy give me someone different. It means I'm gonna take my girlfriends, we'll go and watch football, and then we'll come back. Me and my spouse have something to talk about. That's what life is about. That is compatibility. Being able to have the difference that they build you. The difference there's some difference that destroys, but there are some difference that make relationship work. Because we can do things together with the kids, we can do things together on our own as couple, have fun, enjoy, but at the same time we can go out and do our own things where we just enjoy, and then we come back and we talk about what's been happening. See, that's relationship. That's what makes a relationship exciting. The differences in a relationship. So I'm going to share the video, guys, and I am hoping that Nkosi Talk Shows is live because yesterday the video did not go through. I don't know why. So yeah, today is live. So I'm going to share the video. As you guys are aware that Facebook no longer allowing the groups to go live. I don't know why. I used to make my life very, very easy, but I don't know why. I'm wearing a jumper, guys, because I'm so cold. I don't know why. So, and also I think I didn't want to bother to find something to wear. So I've just decided, you know what? I'm going to wear my jumper. So yeah. So the difference that we're doing in a relationship, they keep the relationship very exciting. So when you go out, guys, when you're looking for love, um, let's say if you like traveling, that one is important. If you both like traveling, like myself, I love traveling. I love it's even there that one day, if God blesses me really abundantly, I go to travel around the world with my children. It's on my vision board that I've got to travel, visit every country and visit that country. And if I have to, like, if I've got time, I can do some charity work, even for one day. But it's on my vision board that I have to visit. If God blesses me where I can just travel with my kids. My daughter, she's 10 years old, and when she goes to when she goes to uni, I like to travel with them. So when my kids are on half term, God blesses me, we can travel, visit like few countries, and another time a few countries, and just travel and just have fun until we visit all the countries around the world. That's my dream. So if I love that, I think my man has to be with me, has to love travel as well. So that can destroy a relationship. If I love travel and he doesn't, then it can destroy that. Interest can destroy a relationship. So there are things, that activities, guys, that you don't need to do them. You don't need to like the same thing, like the list where, oh, he like this, he like this. That's why relationships start boring, getting boring and stuff. You need something to talk about. And number three, stop romanticizing the past. Select memory that, like his selective memories, makes you vulnerable to repeat cycles. Balance remembering include both sweetness and pain, so lessons stick. For me, what I do is, guys, if I'm splitting up with someone, I remove the soul. I don't want their soul linked, because when you're dating someone and you have sex with them, the souls end up being linked. So I have to unlink myself to their lives, link their soul. It means that I need freedom. That's the one thing that I have to do, and link myself. Evil soul tie. I have to remove the ties that he has tied me with this person. So I have to remove myself from the link, from their link. Completely, I have to surrender to God and ask God to remove them in my heart, to remove them, their soul that is linked to my body. I have to unlink myself. So when you do that, you feel the joy, because you are no longer, you don't even stop, like, you don't get angry with the person. You want them, you wish them well, you want them to do well. At the same time, you know that you can't be with them, but you wish them well, you send them off. To you, they become a normal person. They become, I don't hold a grudge with anybody. It's important to work on yourself, guys, to actually detach with love. Detachment means you stop trying to manage another person's feelings or choices. You choose serenity and dignity. That is important. Practice when argues rise, check on them, pause, hand on heart, and whisper, their path is not my project anymore. Watch out, friendly contact, that really bad for validation. So make sure you look after yourself and reflect on what you've learned in that relationship. What lessons convert pain into wisdom? Identify the dynamics you ignore, needs you silence, and boundaries you will honor next time. What will you honor? Practice journal prompt. What did I tolerate and why? What will I do different? Because when you are healing yourself, you're not longer healing yourself or blaming the other person. A self-attack disguises as reflection. Use compassionate curiosity, not blame. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame your spouse. When things go wrong, things go wrong. And let life be a blessing. Avoid a rebound relationship. Early dating can numb distress, but often cement old patterns. Your attraction radar resets when you've stabilized. Practice, commit to healing window. Commit yourself to heal yourself. Focus on 60 to 90 days. Focus on self-community and routines. And guys, what helps me as well in these things, for me, when I pray, I do Hannah's prayer. It helps me with the healing. It connects me with God. For those who are Christians, when you fast and you pray together, you unlink yourself, you detach yourself with the feelings of that person. Because at the end of the day, I used to think, why would this person do this to me when the relationship ended? But I come to a realization. Since I've been doing my own cleansing, I come to a realization that the Nomsa that I thought was Nomsa, I had to get to know myself, guys. And imagine if that person have not gone through the cleansing, they confuse their lives. So for me, I had to go through cleansing. And when you go through cleansing, it's like you get to grab the part of you. When you get angry, you leave part of you with people. You get to grab the part of you. So I had to grab the part of me that I had lost. And then that part of me, when that part of me comes together, I'm no longer wanting validation from nobody. I'm no longer wanting validation from a man. All I want is God and to direct me, give me the direction. I'm also aware that I don't have control. When it comes to life, I don't have control. I cannot control a human being. A human being has authority to feel how they feel. But before, I'll be like, who do you think this person dumping me? I'm beautiful. I'm going to find someone better than them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'll be really, really angry. But now I come to a realization that every human being has authority to their feelings, how they feel, who they love. They have that authority. I cannot control anyone. The only person that I can direct to the right direction is me. Even my children, I can't control them, guys. The only thing that I can say is pray to God for the angel of God to come into my children and direct them. But I can't control the situation when it comes to my children. So if I cannot control my children, I can guide. And then ask the hand of God to be upon my children. But I can't control the situation and say, I want my children to be this. I want them to grow up and be this. I can't do that. That is God's work. That's the angel of God that has to do that. It has to give them the direction. So imagine the person that you are dating is the same. What do you just direct, you guide someone, mentor someone. But if they have their own issues, you cannot control someone. You cannot fight someone else's battles. I say to God, the angel of God always said to me in my heart that Nomsa, you cannot fight other people's battles. You can pray for them. But when a man wants to go, it's his own battles that he has to fight, not you. So I'm sharing this with you guys because the people, they spend the time. When a man says, I don't want to be with you, that's the end of the world. When a woman says, man, I don't want to be with you, that's the end of the world for a man. Oh, I'm not going to love again because I keep getting rejected. Because the people that keep rejecting you, they don't know where they're going. They don't know the direction. But if they knew what they're going, they wouldn't be saying, I don't want to be with you. They don't know where they're going. If someone is not abusive in a relationship and they're lovely, why would someone wants to end a relationship? Because they don't know, they're searching. if I did not go through cleansing, guys, I'll be searching. People seem to think when you are a coach, you got to be perfect, you got to be this. When I did my cleansing, I did a relationship coach, matchmaking coach, and everything. I studied psychology, and after studying psychology, but when I started now cleansing, I'm now working with God, and now God is directing me. I realized that I knew nothing. The things that I thought I knew about the relationship, I realized I knew nothing, because God is the creator of the air. He knows He's the matchmaker of this world. He is a relationship coach. So me, I thought, I studied. I was the best in the class, and I'm like, okay, I know what a relationship. When someone behave like this, you got to do this. When someone, and the angel of God says, when someone behave like this, you step back. And I'm like, what about the five? What are the 5 steps? What about my 5 steps that I have that I can give to my clients? God said, forget about your 5 steps. This one, bloodline iniquity. And now I'm learning. If someone is going through bloodline iniquity, and I'm coming with my 5 steps, how is my 5 steps going to help if someone is facing bloodline iniquity? How is it going to help? Bloodline iniquity, guys, if when parents have gone through divorce, when there is a voice in the blood that is speaking against divorce and is telling that person to leave, because divorce is a memory that is in your subconscious mind. When that memory is triggered, is now that voice in your blood, inside your blood, is now crying, saying, in your bloodline, people don't get married. They divorce. So it's time, when you're at this age, it's time for you to divorce now. When that voice is speaking, I'm coming with my 5 step. What do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna divorce anyway. My 5 step are not gonna work. But if they do stay in a relationship, they're gonna both be miserable, because that voice will always speak. So instead, you silence the voice that is speaking against you in your bloodline, that is speaking against your marriage. This is where you have to go and find the scripture, because there must be, if there's been a divorce in the bloodline, and if the divorce is involve a crying mother, if a father has treated that woman bad, it means you need mercy and forgiveness to God to cancel, rewrite, remove that divorce into the family. What do you think my 5 steps are going? Do you think my 5 steps are going to help when that case, when that person is facing that? They're not. It's not going to help if they are facing bloodline iniquity. But if they are facing the compatibility, my 5 steps will work. Yeah. My 5 steps will work. If it's just compatibility and just the things, but if it's the things that is in the bloodline, because when there's a divorce in the bloodline, like myself, my grandparents divorced. My great grandparents did not divorce, but my grandparents, after my great grandparents, so both my mother's side and my father's side, they divorced. My parents coming next, they divorced. So it means there is a garment of divorce in my bloodline that needs to be removed. This is where I need God. But if I was to come with my 5 steps, it's not going to work, because I need to rewrite the history in my bloodline, remove that divorce that was written in my bloodline. that voice of divorce. I need to silence it and remove it. So imagine if an innocent guy, he doesn't know that there is a garment of divorce in my bloodline. Or some people have a garment of death. So you guys have to understand what the bloodline iniquity, if there is a cancer, people dying in this age in the family, it means it's a garment of cancer. You can remove it. If there is a death, people dying at the age of 60, like maybe men dying in your bloodline, dying at the age of 60, is the garment of death. You can remove it. You can rewrite history in your bloodline. If it's the garment of poverty, like let's say we are Black people, we experience slavery. And that can affect any Black person who wants to rise. The voice of slavery can say, no, Black people don't rise. Who do you think you are wanting to rise? So meaning you have to ask God for forgiveness, to silence that voice of slavery, remove the garment of slavery in your life so you can rise. There are so many things that people, it happens in their relationships, they blame themselves, but they don't know, because they don't know that some things are not their fault. They're like, I'm beautiful. Why am I struggling to find a man to marry me? Is the voice that is crying in your bloodline. Maybe it could be the voice of unforgiveness. Maybe your mom got married, divorced your dad, and she held unforgiveness. And that unforgiveness is the voice of divorce. It can come and affect another generation. Maybe it's someone back in the generation in the bloodline or great grandparents who divorced and they held unforgiveness. So that's why you have to go through the family trees. You've got to go through bitterness. You got to go through everything, rewriting your family history. So it's all that is important. But some people don't know. They blame themselves. They're like, that means I'm not good enough. Honey, you're good enough. Trust me, avoid nature, emotional and mentally healthy is really, really important to actually look after your health and bodies, like exercises. If you don't feel good, get therapy, coaching, and all these things. Refine what love means to you before you can go on dates and start dating. Make sure you upgrade your definition of love: self-respect, reciprocity, truth, and joy, not only chemistry. This reframes what you pursue and permit. What is love? What does love look like to you? Write your love definition. Read it before you go on dates. Confusing intensity with the intimacy. Number 10, let time be your ally. Time exposes patterns, depends on discernment. Rushing is usually an attempt to outrun discomfort. Don't run like slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Don't run to enter another relationship. Go through healing, comparing your timeline to others, highlight reels. Never compare your life with anyone, guys. Their life is designed for them. My life is designed for me. So you as a human being, you have no authority to compare your life with my life. That is a thief of joy. Your happiness is between you and God. The challenges that you face in your life, how you respond to those challenges, it will determine how your tomorrow is going to look like as a human being. If you respond with comparison and you're like, I'm married, I'm not married, but my friends are married. I am married. My friends are not married. I have kids. My friends haven't got kids. We all guys have different different lives, different lifestyle. Is is it's important to embrace what you have, unapologetic. Be grateful of your life. That imperfection life, be grateful of it. God does not want you to compare your life with anybody. I hear people saying, like people getting jealous of other people. I'm like thinking, why would you want my life? Guys, if I tell you my life, I only have 4 hours sleep. Honestly, I only have 4 hours sleep. 1 a.m., I have to get up and pray on the altar, marriage altar, with Pastor James and Pastor Henry. That's 3 a.m. 12 a.m., I have to be on the altar. With MFM, with Dr. Olukoya. I got to be on that, battling the battles, like praying. And then I go to sleep at 3:30. I go to sleep at 4 a.m. or 3:30. And then I have to study. So I only have a few hours sleep. So I spend time cleansing because I want my life to be different. The only thing you can say is, Nomsa, show me what you're doing different so I can create my life. Not to compare and thinking that Nomsa's life is better than mine. That is the thief of joy. That is stealing the moment you think your life is no better. The moment you steal your blessings and you steal your joy. Your blessings, like if you want your blessings to manifest, you have to appreciate the life that you have. And when you appreciate that life that you have, God will want to bless you more and more. Opportunities will bring opportunities into your life. The only thing that I would advise you guys is the desire to succeed. Have the desire to succeed in your life. Unapologetic and say, God, I am not happy with my life. If you are not married, get angry with that situation of being single and say, I don't want to be single. I want to get married. And I believe that I'm going to meet it. Don't get angry in the physically. You get angry in the realm of the spirit. So that when you get angry, that anger is got to be accompanied by who you want to be. I don't want to be this, but I want to be this. I'm living in poverty. I don't want to be in poverty, but I want a financial breakthrough. So everything, whether it takes 20 years, whether it takes 10 years, your desire cannot change. You're wanting to change your life, it cannot change. You got to desire success. You got to hate poverty with your hatred. You got to hate the singleness with your hatred. If you have to know that God will bless you, financial breakthrough, but you got to be doing something as well at the same time, not giving up. No matter what pain you go through, you stay focused. You stay focused and say, God, help me. May your hand. Do you remember when these guys were thrown on the fire? It was the 3 of them that were thrown on the fire. But they ended up being 4 of them because God was there. God was there. He showed up for them. They didn't know that he was going to show up, but he did. With the reason why he showed up, because they believed in him. They believe that there is a power that is higher. So when you believe, when you are single, but you believe that actually God is going to give me my husband. I don't know where my husband is going to come from, but he's going to give it to me. When you go out, behave like a single person. You are not desperate, but you are smiling. You are speaking to people. You dressed up properly. You are ready. Your attitude, it has to be ready. When you are in poverty, you go to read books. You go to pray to God and say, God, show me what is in my life that is bringing this poverty in my life, that is blocking every area of my life. Show me my glory. Show me my glory. Show me what can move me forward. Bring my helpers to me that can move me forward from zero to hero. It's got to be your song. There's no, oh, I'm not enough. I can't succeed. Other people can succeed. The song cannot be sang. This is the song that you can sing. God, move me from zero to hero. Move me from zero to hero. He can do it. He can do it. But you have to believe, you have to trust that your situation is temporal. If there is a blockage, this is where you read this weapon. This thing is good. You read this thing. It's a weapon. Every scripture, the book of Psalms, read 10 scriptures a day, the book of Psalms, every single day. Read the Bible and speak life to your life. If you are not married, read the Bible. The stories that are in the Bible, God, everything that is written is the promises of God. God, you said in this chapter, you said in this chapter, you said in this chapter, God, when Hannah cried, you heard her cry. When Abraham, you had mercy with Abraham. You blessed Abraham and Sarah. You blessed Mary. You sent the angel Gabriel to bless Mary. My God and my Father, where is my angel? I pray that that same angel that went and blessed Mary, that same angel will come to my life and bless me. If it's a child that you desire, you ask God to bless you with your child. It's the finances that you desire. You say it over and over and over and over until one day God has answered you. God, you wake up one day, God is giving you financial breakthrough. You don't stop. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You give, you keep going until you die. Some people, they get blessings, they stop asking. You have to keep going. So that's why it's important, guys, to... And then number 11, reclaim your identity. When you go through divorce or a breakup, you lose your identity. Re-enter in who you are beyond any role. Revisit values, revisit quick style, desires and spiritual compasses. Practice create self-return boards, images, words, songs that feels like you. Create the life that you want. Let the past define your future self-concept. That is important. Rebuild your confidence. Confidence is evidence-based self-trust. Start small, repeatable wins and keep promises to yourself. Set 3 daily unnegotiable, non-negotiable habits like water walk and whatever you can do, maybe going to the gym and things like that, and keep it going. Re-establish boundaries. Boundaries are important. Are rules for your own behavior. What you accept, what you don't accept. What you do if it's crossed? What are you going to do if your boundaries are crossed? The protection, connection, and self-respect. Script your boundaries phrases. I'm not available for this. Maybe I'm not available for my ex. If not continuous, I will why. Watch out for announcing boundaries you don't enforce. Number 14, reconnect with passion. Aliveness magnetizes alignment people. Reclaim your music, sports, art, learning. What makes time disappear? Maybe book one weekly passion appointment with yourself. But do something that you love, guys. It's important to look after your number one. Practice identity, your body, Alice, mentor, truth teller, comfort strategy. For me, guys, I like to hang out with people that speak the truth, with the people that don't just want to tell me what I need to hear. I like to be with people that guide me through life, that mentors me, that helps me to, that helps me to, that lifts me. And those are the important things in my life. To hang out with people that are going to help me, to lift me, just support me in my life. And when I talk about human blood sacrifice, there are some people that they come in, they judge, but everyone is okay to judge. But they don't know what I've been through. They don't know who was there for me. And that's why the other day I put that video and said, by the way, those who trashes my life, you didn't help me. But it was the doctors that helped me. God used people to help me. And in those moments, it was those moments where I actually realized who God is. And in my life, and I knew when I was growing up as a child, I knew that God was always there with me. Always. But I've never, I saw him working. I've never seen him having to create a strategy, like to say, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes before me. Those are the things that I've learned, guys. When everybody's sitting in the room, in the one room, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, am I dreaming, or are these people actually God is using them to plan my life? They are all planning my life. Planning my life. Like to say, oh, yeah, on this day, she's going to do this, she's going to do this, or I'm going to do this for her. And someone goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this for her. I'm going to make sure this is done. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, am I dreaming? And that's when I realize who God is. And in those moments, I made a vow to God that as long, God, you promise to be with me, I will always share my story with people. And I will always help those who cannot rise. By sharing my story, it will help them to rise and become who they want to become, because the story is who is God. Forget about Nomsa human blood sacrifice, but it is who is God. If God can help Nomsa, it means me can help me too. If I'm living in poverty, it means I can cry to God. If I have problems with the health problems, it means I can cry to God and God can heal me. Nomsa, she's not different from me. That's the message that I am sending across. But people are very judgmental. And I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to stop. So I'm sharing this with you guys because people spend time. They want somebody to approve who they are. They want somebody to do this, to do that, to do that. As long as you honor a human being, honor yourself and honor a human being. Say, I honor you. But I am going to be the person that you want me to become. I am going to be who God created me to become. Meaning that if I'm in a relationship, if that relationship does not work out, I'm not going to sit around and crying myself to death. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to make changes in my life. Even if they make me uncomfortable, I am going to do it because God is going to send other people that are going to help me to become. It doesn't matter, guys, whether you are in a zero level. God can take you within a second. God can lift you up. Whether you are in a zero level, He can lift you up. Zero level, from zero to hero. It does not matter where you are in your life. As long as you desire the change, as long as you are not these people that says, I need to go and see pastor to touch my head and give me a miracle. Where does that miracle pastor gets it? Because God does not do that kind of a miracle. Where does he get it? A miracle where I'm talking about when you are in poverty, a pastor touches your head and then you get financial breakthrough. Where does that come from? Because when God wants you to go through mercy, to cry out to him for mercy. He wants you to ask for forgiveness. He wants you to go through the process of healing. Once you go through the process of healing, and God touches his anointing flows upon you within a second, and everything else falls into place. Even God is healing. When God heals you within a second, there are conditions of that healing. It's not that I'm going to go to that pastor, that man of God, he touches my head, I'm going to be okay. No. If you find somebody who says that, it means they are liars. It means that pastor is a liar. And he says, I'm going to hoop you up, and then you're going to go tomorrow, you're going to get married. Yeah, I'm just going to touch you. And then I'm whooping you off. And then if you need a husband, you go and get married. Okay. So let's get back to so guys, I share this with you guys because there are some people who do that. They say, I need to go to a man of God and they're going to give me some miracle. They're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to do that. It does not work. He is a miracle. He himself, he is the miracle. Through people, he can give you a miracle. Through somebody, even in 1 second, God can heal you 1 second. If you are in a wheelchair, God can heal you. You can rise. But that requires you desiring to be healed. And then God looking at your future and seeing that when he heals you, you're going to help others. So all those things are important. So my survival, it wasn't a survival for Nomsa just to survive and say, God, thank you very much. Thank you for my healing and thank you for your help. I see you later. I made a promise. I made a covenant. And that's why when I come here, sometimes I don't like talking about my story, but I got to talk about my story because someone might be going through my story. Similar story. Someone might be going through not knowing how to rise. Guys, if he went for God, I wouldn't know how I would have risen. So I'm sharing with you, when you are married, the marriage goes wrong. Know that there is power that is higher, that can help you to rise, not for you to stay there and feeling sorry for yourself. There's power that can help you to rise, that can take away your pain. I'm not just talking. I'm not just talking. I experienced it. Even when I say to you guys, when I was 15, I started fasting. I think I was 10 years old or 9 years old. I'll fast. Sometimes I'll go and dry fast. Sometimes I'll pray. Because when I go to church, they talk about fast. So for me, it's like I'm fasting, okay? I'm just gonna fast. And there comes a day, because when you are a child, you don't believe in anything. The only thing you believe is positive. Anything you believe in, every positive things that you can think of. You don't think about the negativity. Because when I was 15, I was like that. I find myself, I'm sitting, someone has locked me up in the room, and they meant business. They were not joking. They were not playing. I wanted to go and see my mom. And I'm sitting there. I'm thinking, God, you say you are the way, you are the truth, you are the life. I've been locked up in this room. I don't want to be here. I want to go. And you know what the angel of God did? Within a second, I was out of the roof. The roof had been demolished. I was out. But now that I'm old, I'm thinking, God, why did you make that obvious? Why didn't you just open the door like the keys? You know, you can just click the keys and the door just open, and then I go in peace. So no one gives me trouble when I'm older. Now everybody's giving me trouble because they want that power that got me out of the roof. But that power is not within me, is within me. It does not belong to me, belongs to God. It was my belief. I believed. I said, God, you say you are the truth, or you are the way. You are the truth. You are the life. But now I need you. In my heart, I was angry. And I could not understand why a human being would treat me like that. Why would someone lock me up? Why would they do that? The angel of God came. He said, no, sir, I am the way. I am the truth. I am life. Let's go. He lifted me. And after he lifted me, I needed a car. I did not have a car. He said, run. And I was, what? He was like, run. And I ran. I wasn't running anywhere. It was the angel whooping me off. I ran. I ran. I ran. I ran until I arrived to my destination. My memory was wiped off. Everything that had happened that event, it was taken off to protect me. So that, but people had already witnessed it. People had already seen it. The powers of darkness are everywhere. They'd already seen it. So I'm sharing this with you guys. It was the belief that got me out. I trusted God. It was the belief when I was going through human blood sacrifice that got me out. It is the trust and the belief. I trusted God. And I surrendered my life and said, God, I don't know how to move forward in this minute. I didn't know how. And I said to him, I don't know how. But when I said those words in my heart, there was this love around me that you don't have to know how. I'm your father. You don't have to know how. And that's how God put every strategy in place for myself. So if he did put a strategy for my sake, what makes you different that he cannot do the same if you desire that strategy for him to put that strategy in your life and help you to go to the next level? I have lived a life where I watch people, everybody's trying now. What I'm going through now, the social services, guys, is someone trying to relieve that anger so they can see how my spirit works. But that's not how God works. In his own time, his timing is his own time. His spirit cannot be revoked. Everything that I'm going through is the people trying to revoke that past. They want to see whether my angel, what it doesn't do, but it cannot be revoked like that. God is not a silly God. So I share this with you guys because when things falls apart, when the marriage falls apart, when jobs, anything falls apart, you trust, you believe. For me, it was trust. I believed. I've never lost hope in my heart. I believed. And I sit there and watch every individual trying to harm my life. And I'm sitting back. I'm thinking, but there is God that I trust. My God, that he will fight every battle in my life. So you can rise. You don't need to put makeup when it comes to God. You don't need to say, God, I don't have makeup. I can't go and meet a guy because I don't have makeup. I can't afford makeup. God, I don't have clothes. When I tell you guys my story, the enemy tried to destroy my life, to take away the clothes, the style that I like, everything. But God is different. So I share with you guys that you can rise. You can be who you want to be. Practice gratitude is important. Learn to enjoy solitude. Enjoy, visualize a partner you desire and become that as well. You cannot desire a good partner if you're not a good partner. Align your energy with love again. Let your love align. Prepare a new chapter in your life. Be honest about what you want and get ready to write that chapter. Date with purpose, not pressure. Enjoy love. Enjoy those dating nights. Observe, don't rush. Keep communicating with whoever you meet. Don't compare people or to the fix. Don't try to fix anyone. Test compatibility beyond the attractive. Attraction sparks compatibility systems. Look at values, repair style, money, family, faith, lifestyle, timelines. Those things that are important to practice emotional and physical intimacy. Watch for green flags. That is important. Manage triggers with skills. Have skills, relationship skills. Ask God to help you with skills. Assess financial and legally readings. Integrate social cycles through thoughtfully. Set milestone and checkpoints. And choose exclusivity intentionally. commit and close with grace. Choose wholeheartedly or release respectfully. Ending clearly perceives dignity and accelerates healing from both. If ending the kind direct appreciations, truth boundaries, I won't be in contact while both move on. Know what you want in a relationship. And mostly, remember what we want in life. Sometimes it might show up differently because we don't have control. Oh, God has control. So your type, it might be the guys who are 5 foot, 6 foot, 6'2", 6'4", you name it, 7 foot, whatever that is. Blonde hair, dark hair, whatever, blue eyes, that might be. Maybe your destiny partner has different features than that because God knows who your destiny partners. Everything, guys, that I do, I never ever belittle God. I always surrender myself and say, God, you know what I want in life. Bless me with something that comes from you. Anything that is not from you, take it away. Any friend that is not of you, take it away. Any friend that comes into my life to deter my path, take it away. Any money that comes into my life to cause problems, take it away. Anything that it comes into my life, take it away. Give me something that is going to build me, that is going to sustain my life, that is going to create the better future for my life, for my children. Send the helpers that are going to take my life to the next level. I charge, the blood of Jesus. You can charge the blood of Jesus as you charge your phone to boil on your behalf. You can charge the Holy Ghost fire, the Holy Ghost your life. Take your life to the next level so you can rise. God bless you guys. I'm going to stop here for today. So guys, remember Nomsash is a coach. If you resonate with me, and if you're a Christian, mostly it's the Christian that can understand what I'm talking about. For me, I'm a psychologist. I'm a scientist. Okay. Psychologist. I like psychology. It sounds very, very good. But in all that I have learned, I've studied, I've done everything. But after that, I've realized that there's only one man that can teach me how to be a better coach, how to understand people's mind, how to understand people's problems. So if you're looking for love, guys, and you feel that, you know what, no one has ever taken me serious in my life. When I'm looking for girls don't take me serious, men don't take me serious. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. So you can connect with the Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. We have coaching, and we help if you're looking for love, we help you find the one. So please do get in touch. My contact, once you type in Nomsa, my contact is there, my phone number is there, my address is there. So God bless you, everyone. On Facebook, we have 2 groups. You can join those 2 groups and be part of the family. Share the video. We have 2 pages in Gossip Talk Shows and Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. Like both pages, share the videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be part of the family. God bless you, everyone. I will see you on the other side. Live with grace.